Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are keeping well. So today I have another scrapbook layout which I completed a little while ago now, but I haven't got around to filming the part you're hearing right now. So today I'm going to be using photos from Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party from 2017, so quite a while ago now, but I just haven't had time to scrapbook them. So as you can see in the clip, I'm using 3 photos from when I make Goofy, and I wanted to make this page, you know, pop a bit, so I used the red and the yellow colours, as you can see, and they kind of matched what Goofy and I were wearing in some ways, as we both had red on. I was hoping to use a few different sheets of paper, as you can see. I wanted to try and layer the photos, and also I had a few embellishments that I knew I wanted to use, so I popped them to the side. I also dug out some Disney themed stickers which were in the bottom of my sticker drawer. And I'm also hoping to use this camera sticker, which I point out there. So yeah, basically this first bit is me sorting through what stickers I like the look of, what I'm going to use, and then I will get on to the tutorial. So to start off, I need to cut my red card to fit my scrapbook. As you can see, the camera goes slightly blurry, but I'll soon fix that when I realise. Yeah, so I cut the red card to fit my scrapbook. I think it's an 8x8 scrapbook from memory, and so I cut this. I'm not really particular with how I cut. I don't really measure or anything. I just make sure that the lines are straight, and that's good enough for me. I'll use my trimmer to cut the edges down to make sure they're in a straight line in a minute. And then what I do after that is I start to look at the photos and where I want to place them. So I know I want to use this polka dot yellow paper against the red background, but I also look at using this other white piece of paper, but in the end I decide to go with the yellow polka dots. At first I wanted to have the picture in the middle, kind of played around with that for a little bit, but it just looked a bit too even for me. So after that I decided, actually I think I might put it off to the side, but I actually stick down the red card first because I know that I want that as the background, whatever goes on top. So yes, I am still using the sticky tape where you have to cut it, place it, then peel off the other side, but I haven't actually been able to scrapbook recently. I just haven't found the time in some ways. So yes, I'm still using up what I've got, and then I stick this down and then play around with where I want the yellow polka dot paper to go. As you can see, I kind of wanted it off to the side and stuck down, and I kind of just went with it. I thought, right, that's what I want, and I stuck it down right away, whereas sometimes I'll, you know, get my whole layout on the page before I actually stick anything down. But with this one I just trimmed a bit of the paper off and put it to the side, as I knew that I would only have this one photo of Goofy on this page, and that I can add a few embellishments like that camera that you saw earlier. So as you can see, I stuck the Goofy photo to the yellow polka dot paper, but I didn't quite stick that down yet, just because I want to, you know, move it around a bit before it's final. I then move on to the second page of the layout, where I'm umming and ahhing of if I want to use the red paper or not, or where I want to use it. As you can see, I've kept the bit that I've trimmed off from the yellow polka dot paper, because I use that. Actually, I want to make sure I'm not wasting any paper, and I use that on the next layer, as you'll see. So I've trimmed down the red paper and kept the bit of yellow polka dot paper left, and I decided that actually I want this in the middle because I can trim down my photos. As you can see, I've made them smaller than the size that they were, 6x4, and I really cropped it to make sure that you were focusing on that section. I also found another yellow polka dot paper which I thought would be great. I could possibly put a title on it or some embellishments, and it just adds a bit more colour, especially as there isn't as much red on this page as the page next to it. I thought the yellow polka dots would add something to it as well. I then decide how I'm going to place my photos down, if I want them side by side, slightly scattered around, you know, not necessarily in a line, and so I decide what I'm going to do with them. And I actually end up putting them side by side because I thought that would be the best, but that's after I've cropped them because I wanted them to be around the same size. So once I've cropped the photos, I'll then stick the polka dot paper to the red paper down, and then also I look like I commit to the next side. So I stick the yellow polka dot and the white polka dot paper together, and then I move on to the other page where I then stick the whole section of that down onto the red card, because I know that is how I want the layout to look. So that gets stuck down. So after I've stuck the page down, I then move on to adding the camera. I think it might look good in that corner section next to me and Goofy. It's not there permanently, I can move it around a bit, but then stick down the other page. As you can see, it requires a bit of extra tape because it's got 3 sections to it, but yeah, then I stick down the other side. So after that I start to add some thickers which I got from a set. They spell the word sweet, so I decided to add that at the top. Because I've had them a little while, the adhesive isn't necessarily as strong as what it would have been if I'd used it when I first bought it, but it still looks great, and I can push down on it to make sure it's firm and in place. I then go to my other sticker set where I've got some Mickey Mouse embellishments, so I add the arrow at the bottom, just, you know, linking the pages together. Because the scrapbook isn't massive, I don't like to put too many embellishments on, but also want to make sure that it looks nice and links all the pages together as well. I then forget to move the camera over like I did when I moved it originally, and oh, there we go, I move it back slightly, and I add a little heart in the corner of the photo to try and get the triangle effect with the embellishments. I like to have one at the top and at the sides to, I don't know, I just like the look of that when I have that, and then I add some embellishments down the bottom. I try and make that diamond, I think it was, work, but yeah, it just wasn't working at the time. I then look over my stickers to see, actually, is there a caption that I can use? Is there another sticker that I can use? Sometimes you'll think one will work really well, and then it doesn't, and then sometimes all you need, like there, is a little heart, and it completes your kind of like triangle of embellishments, which I like to use. I then decide that I want to add some words to the left side of my scrapbook page. I got the stickers that you're looking at here Tuesday morning. They were on sale. That was in America a few years back. As you can see, the price is still on there, $1.99 at the time when I bought them. And I'm just looking to see, actually, on the other sheet, which I got in Walt Disney World from memory a while ago, if I had the correct number of letters and how that would look. And I just wanted to see which, you know, letters I wanted to use on this layout. So I started to actually place down the stickers, from the Walt Disney World sticker sheet. As you can see there, I thought that would look good. However, unfortunately, I didn't move the camera over by the looks of it, but also I remember doing this at the time and I wasn't really happy with how it looked. I thought it didn't go with the page because all the letters were different colours, so I ended up, you know, not putting them down firmly, and changing my mind and going to the thickers, the black and white thickers, because they just seemed to go better. They went with the sweet across on the other page as well, and I had a full pack of those, so it was quite consistent going across. As the stickers are the same size, I had to make sure they were in line as well, so I turned the page to try and make sure, you know, they weren't slightly off. I wanted to make sure they were straight in line, and I pushed them down heavily as there are a few pages now, and as you can kind of see, I had the title going across the picture slightly in the top corner. I now add a little label at the top, as I thought it looked a bit bare up the top, and sort through my embellishments to see, you know, is there anything else I want to add, and I end up going to the Mickey stickers and adding 2 together, but actually adding them to the other layout. So I added a smile sticker and a yellow sticker, as I thought that would look really nice and it would just add a little bit of a pop to the page. And there you go, so that is my completed layout. Like I said, I'm no expert at scrapbooking at all. I just enjoy it. I love taking photos and videoing when I'm on a holiday. I'd love to scrapbook more. It's just, it can be quite time consuming, especially if you're a bit of a perfectionist and want stuff in place. But no, I absolutely love scrapbooking, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's slightly different than vlogs or anything like that, but yeah, I really enjoyed creating these layouts, and hopefully I'll create another one in the future. So thank you so much for watching. Keep safe.